We've all had conversations that seemed boring or filled with awkward silence. So we work on thinking ahead about interesting topics to discuss. But we didn't know is that the secret to enjoyable conversation lies not so much in the content of what you say, but in the style. That's why in this video I will give you 3 tips to make everything you say more interesting and how you can use them to ensure you don't bore anyone in any conversation, even if you don't have a very interesting topics. So let's get started. One of the things that I've noticed consistently, especially when we are having conversations, whether at work, with our children, with our partner, or even with friends, is that when we wanted to highlight a specific idea, we start rephrasing it over and over again, thinking that this way we can convey the meaning we want. Therefore, repeating the same thing gives us a sense of relief. But at the same time, it makes the other person bored, interrupt you, or avoiding talking with you. I remember once I was at a gathering with my friends. One of them was always talking about the same experiences he had, like his travel adventures. At first, I was interested in knowing the details of his adventures, but with the repetition of the same topic at every gathering, I felt bored because I already knew what he's gonna say. And sometimes I found myself looking for something else to do. So try not to do this during your conversations with others. Steer the conversation towards the things that trigger emotions. Because believe me, when you ask people about things they love or the things they find frustrating, in both cases, it will increase their enthusiasm for the conversation. This is directly related the way you ask your questions. For example, if I ask you, were you happy? Your answer will be either yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. And if I ask you, were you frustrated? The answer will again be yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. In this way, you will get easy and boring answers. Try to ask instead, how did you feel about that? Or what made that experience frustrating for you? In this way, the other person will feel that you are interested in them, which will increase their enthusiasm for the conversation with you. Thus, you will be surprised at how lively the conversation becomes, which helps avoid the easy and boring answers. One of the most important experiments conducted by Volkswagen to study the effect of fun on our behavior, that they went to a shopping mall where there was an escalator next to a regular staircase. They began to observe where people preferred to go, and it turned out that the majority of people chose to take the escalator, certainly because it was more comfortable. Therefore, they decided to place a piano on the regular staircase for people to step on with their feet. When people walked on it, it produced sounds and melodies. Turned out that about 66% of people chose to use the regular staircase instead of the escalator. They chose to put in a little effort but enjoy themselves, instead of using the escalator, which was boring and comfortable. So, if we apply this example to our lives and conversations with others, we realize the importance of fun. If you are in a conversation with someone, even if it is boring, try to add an element of fun, and you will notice how the conversation becomes more lively and how easy it is to make others laugh, transforming the conversation from boring to enjoyable. For example, you can use gestures. So if you are talking about running, mimic the motion of running with your hand. And if you are talking about guitar, mimic the motion of playing on it. You can also change your tone of voice to reflect your feelings. For example, imagine you are speaking in a flat tone without any change. That would definitely be very boring for the other party. However, if you use techniques such as adjusting the pitch of your voice and varying the speed of your speech, you will add excitement and curiosity of the listeners. For example, when you try to convey an important idea, speak slowly. But when you want to emphasize a particular point, raise your voice. Okay guys, at the end of this video, I have reviewed 3 tips you can follow to have an enjoyable conversation without wasting your time or feeling bored. So the next time you find yourselves in a boring conversation, embrace these tips and see how your interactions shine. Okay guys, if you liked my video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment below this video. Thank you for watching.